Clicks came under fire for the offensive advert on its website. The Department of Small Business Development said Unilever's decision to remove Tresemme products from stores across the country for 10 days did not go far enough to make amends. Clicks was forced to close its stores in the week after at least 400 stores were vandalized during a nationwide protest. The Minister of Small Business Development, Nkobutso Chabeni, joins us now to tell us more. Minister, very good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Good afternoon to you.
Well, Minister, what do you make of Unilever's response?
Like you quoted, it doesn't go far enough because it doesn't change the ownership pattern of the economy of the country. We've had the pleasure of meeting with Clicks and also with Pick Pay amongst the larger retailers and also spoken to Massman. And everybody says the problem is they continue to buy from local giants who are seem to be empowered, but those giants do not procure in South Africa. So it doesn't help us that Unilever removed Tresemme for 10 days from all the South. What does it mean for the black entrepreneurs, for women entrepreneurs, for youth entrepreneurs who are in South Africa today? And our argument is that if Unilever is serious about making amends, Unilever must talk to us about how they are going to solve their product globally. Unilever is a global giant. How are they assisting South African products that are made by black people, women and youth to access the global value chains and global markets?
Now, of course, the week's events have some very significant lessons which need to be learned from this experience. I mean, yes, Unilever has responded adequately, saying that they will have the director involved in the campaign removed and the Tresemme products removed from their shelves. But what do you think would have been a more significant response?
For us, the significant response would be Unilever committing to source products locally as part of our localization program of government and also as part of our. Secondly, it would be Unilever committing to buy some South African products. They can give them access to the global value chain that they have access to.
But now as government, let's now turn our sights to your work as a department. What are you doing as government to promote or compel big retailers to place more local brands on the shelves?
And that's why we're having engagement with them. We're finalizing the localization policy of South Africa to make sure that that content requirement is there, that it will promote big retailers can source content locally, but also working with small businesses. We have a manufacturing scheme to support them to have their products in the market. Already we have started a program of getting products in the market through wholesalers. We started it when we launched the sponsor support program. We partnered with major wholesalers to make sure that they can list products that are made by SMMEs from South Africa, and that is part of our route to market. And over and above that, we have working relationships and fast-track relationship with the South African Bureau of Standards, South African Health and Product Regulatory Authority, and also the Medical Control Council. We're finalizing an agreement with them so that the accreditation and certification of these products that are produced by women, young people and black people and people with disabilities can then be available or comply with the regulatory requirements of this giant.
But are you encouraged by the response from other big retailers? I mean, we've seen this week Dis-Chem, Shoprite and Makro also resolved to remove Tresemme products from their shelves. I understand that you are also in talks with the Pick n Pay. What can you tell us about this?
We had talks with Pick n Pay. We have agreed with Pick n Pay because Pick n Pay has been like Massman, which is the owner group of Macro and Game. They've been doing a lot around enterprise development and SMME development. My apologies, it's working from home and mothering at the same time.
No, it's fine, Minister. Trust me, I understand. Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, so we have an engagement with Pick n Pay, and we've mapped out a way forward of how do we support them and work together when they have a Pick n Pay foundation that looks after SMME development. They also have an incubator program that looks after SMME development, and we have agreed to work together with Pick n Pay to make sure that we can have more SMMEs on there. They've agreed to look immediately at the SMMEs we've been supporting or we've listed on the wholesaler shelf and see if they cannot get them to comply to the Pick n Pay requirements and have them listed in Pick n Pay. We have already been working with Macro. We've placed a number of products through the Massmart Group, through the sponsorship support program that we have been referring to, that the participating wholesalers commit to place products that are made by SMMEs that are black-owned, youth-owned, women-owned, and owned by people with disabilities into their shelves. And Massmart, we partnered with them from last year on their enterprise development program. They even gave us products that we must encourage or find SMMEs to produce as part of import replacement, because we're on the import replacement route since last year.
Minister, we touched a bit about the lessons that can be learned from this particular experience, but I have to press you on this one. How exactly can we commit multinationals like Unilever to commit to licensing some of their South African brands and put them on the shelves?
We are going to be meeting with Unilever specifically in the week that is coming, so that we can have that commitment. We are also going to meet with the other giants like Tiger Brands and others to commit them to support SMMEs and to license. So we'll give you feedback when that is done. It's not the responsibility of the Department of Small Business Development alone, but we work together with the DTIC to make sure that those commitments are done. Remember, some of these commitments they've already committed to in terms of their BEE arrangements from the BEE Commission. The responsibility that we have as a department is to make sure that those commitments that have been made, there is enforcement and there is compliance to that without fail, and also to seek for better commitments in the future.
Yeah, but some local producers are saying this is easier said than done. What's your message to them?
It is not easier said than done. When I'm talking to you, I'm giving you examples that we already have 98 brands that are listed in a number of wholesalers that include Macro, Big Save, Pick and BB Cash and Carry, Kit Kat, Premgis, and others. We've got them listed through our efforts starting from early this year. We already, when this clean saga happened, we had already started to work with the young women who are in the skin and beauty care range, such as Corium, Nalotica, Portia M, Masodi, and others, to make sure that we get their products in more shelves and get them bigger shelf spaces. So it's not easier said than done. We are doing it, and I think it's a commitment that we are sure South Africans that will deliver on.
Well, the Minister, they're assuring that work is being done. That's the Minister of Small Business Development, Kubuzo Chabeni,